way, do your own way, okay? So tissues trash, so that includes already 3 steps: cleansing, exfoliating, massaging. So I'm going to go now into the mask. So the mask product, squeeze it in. Oops, I forgot to open. So squeeze it into this container. Okay, you don't need that much, because this product shows from far away. But of course, if you do want to apply more than enough, that's fine. Close your containers always. Okay, and now I'm going to use the brush, but if you decided to apply it with a sponge, that's okay. Have plenty of sponges in the cotton and sponge bag. So when you apply it, try to apply it in a uniform way. So make sure wherever the examiner is, she's going to be able that you cover every single part of the face. So this brush is included with your first client application or items. But of course, if you want to use a sponge to apply the product, that's fine. It's just all you have to be worried, it's about to apply the product, okay? Hopefully you're able to see it. It shows here. I know the camera is far away, sorry about it. So sometimes you don't see the application really close by, but you need to cover every single part of the face. Stay away from eyes and lips. And this product, you don't wait not a minute. So you just apply it and then remove it. Now, as far as the disposable container, that one of course goes into trash right away. I'm going to be trying to be neat to remove a little bit of the product from this brush. You don't have to. You can just go ahead and place it into your items to be disinfected container. Then you do sanitize your hands in order to remove the mask. Now at this time I forgot to bring cotton rounds from my cotton bag, but there's no problem. I'm going to bring a couple of cotton rounds. We have big ones in here, so I'm going to bring 2 cotton rounds to remove the mask product. But what you have to do is make sure you keep your cotton and sponges bag closed, because those are going to be used for the second client. Now also I'm going to bring my water bottle, because I'm going to wet these cotton rounds and use them to remove the mask product. But you don't have to wet them if you want to. Again, those are techniques. It helps for me to wet them and now use them to remove the mask product. Just remove it in a safe way. And you can start using every single side of the cotton round. So this one is full of products, so I'm going to put it into trash and remove the rest of the other side using this one. So just be careful and always take a look around the face. Okay, make sure you do remove all the mask product. Okay, 2 cotton rounds and wear them with water, so helps. Okay, the face seems to be clean, free of any mask product. So now this is trash, and now you get another piece of cotton in order to apply astringent, close pores, and then the last step here, it's applying moisturizer. So moisturizer is the bottle, the last one, and this one you're not going to remove it. Just apply a very small amount, because you're going to use the same doll head for the hair removal of the eyebrows and makeup. So it's going to be the same doll head, but pretend it's another client. So once you apply moisturizer, then blend it in. I think I did apply too much because I don't do these services, only when I do the videos. In your case, you've been practicing in your school, and this is a good experience also for me to show it to you, so that way you don't apply too much product, okay? If you apply too much, try to play with it and make sure it blends in okay. So all around, okay? But that's okay now. I just spread it, so it pretty much is disappearing, okay? So very much that way. So now I have finished with all these steps. First client, you get 25 minutes. Now to clean up here all these containers, I did close them. All of them are closed, but I'm double checking. All of them are closed. Don't leave them open. You open, you close. All of them are closed. So these containers must be placed into the right container. Items to be disinfected. Now, different story with the hand sanitizer and water bottle. Remember, those ones are universal supplies. So again, for you, easy because these ones are on the counter, so you don't have to move things around. Then any leftovers of tissues, of course, trash. Then you do sanitize your hands and step back. So that covers the first client. Now she's gonna give you 10 minutes to set up for the second client. Now you need to disinfect your working area and plus all those universal supplies. But as far as the draping items, which is the headband, the towels, so remember you gotta place those items into the right container. The doll head, I'm gonna put it right here in the meantime. So which is the right container? Laundry bag. Okay, so that's how they want you to bring 3 containers in a different way. Well, label in a different way, correct labels. So laundry, headbands, towels, soil towels bag, trash bag, only disposable items, which is gloves, cotton, sponges, tissues. Items to be disinfected, all the ones that are reusable, okay? So again, I clean up. So the best way to do it now, to do the setup, so transfer your items. This is what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm going to bring my doll head tray, my items to be disinfected container, my water bottle, my hand sanitizer bottle, my cotton and sponges bag, my first aid kit, my gloves bag, my wipes, and all these items on my table, I'm going to be able to disinfect them in order to use them for the second client. Which I cannot disinfect is the paper towels. So paper towels, we hardly use them anymore. As you notice, I didn't use not a single one, but it's hard to disinfect them. So I'm going to put them into my trash bag. And in case you need more, I include more in the second client bag. Anyway, to disinfect your working area now here, so you do sanitize your hands. Always make sure when you do pump the hand sanitizer, never drag your finger like this, okay? Just try to stay away from the tip of the bottle. So once you sanitize hands, now you must wear gloves. So do the same step as you did for the first client, but make sure you close the bag, okay? And now you must wear gloves in order to keep on and disinfect your working area. So gloves on. So once you have your gloves on, then you do get a wipe. So the same thing we did for the first client. Open your wipe container, get a wipe, and use it to disinfect this part right here. You disinfect again without touching or moving the book. Now this time you must disinfect your barbicide wipe container, set it back in there, and continue doing the same thing with the other items. First aid kit, Gloves bag, you still need them. So gloves bag goes back in there. You have the cotton and sponges bag. Again, goes back in there, and again, labels visible. So the hand sanitizer container, you must disinfect it. So goes back in there. And the water bottle goes back in there. Also the items to be disinfected container. So you simply go around, okay, and set it back in here. Now with the same wipe, it's okay to go over the manicuring table. And remember, if you're sitting down, you also use it to disinfect the stool, but just the part where you're going to be sitting down. And go over this container as well, because that's the holder for the doll head. Now wipe and gloves, you remove them. Of course, those go into your trash bag. Then you do sanitize your hands and go back into your kit bag to get the second client bag. Now in that bag, remember, first client, second client. So those bags, we include the draping items. So pretty much first client, second client. So second client now. Now in the kit bag, you still have 2 extra terry towels, microdermabrasion service, and on the back side you have the eyelash enhancement. If you do decide to bring this bag, just bring it out, just keep it on the counter. If you decided to keep it in the kit bag, that's okay. But zip your bag. Never leave it open, you lose points. So zip it, push it underneath the station, sanitize your hands, and you do the same thing as I did for the first client setup. So get a towel, SMA. So extend it. If you extend it over the counter, you have more room. That's better. So my towel, this time I'm going to place it the same way as I did with the first client. And this time she did ask you to set up for the makeup. So I have the makeup in the bag, but you need to empty out that bag. And remember, I asked you to trash the paper towels. So we give you more here in case you need them. You don't need them, ignore them. So you do have also the items for the hair removal of the eyebrows, because she asked you to set up for those 2 services, makeup, hair removal of the eyebrows. So here you have the antiseptic bottle, post-depilation solution. In this empty bag here, you have the items for the some of the items for the hair removal of the eyebrows. Now in the client bag, keep the draping items. You cannot drape. She asks you to set up only. So empty out these bags. You have an empty container to transfer the wax into. The waxing part pretended is this white container here. You have your tweezers. You have spatulas. You have more than you need. Pretty much 4. You're going to need probably 2 or 3 at the most. You have 3 waxing strips. These empty bags, remember, trash. Now as far as the makeup, bring it all out of the bag. You cannot leave it on the bag. Start organizing items. So you have your foundation. You have the powder, have the blush, eyeliner, pencil sharpener. Have a couple of sponges right here. You might need more, bring more out of the bag. Have a lot of disposable applicators. I'm going to go over the makeup later so you can see the way I do apply it here, but of course there's so many ways to apply it. And I'll explain you the way. Have the eyeshadow tray. I have a palette. I don't like to use it, but of course if you want to use it, that's fine. We have Q-tips, because some people prefer to use the eyeshadow with the Q-tips instead of eyeshadow applicators. That's okay too. Have the mascara, and you also have a spatula. I'm not going to use the spatula at all, but of course we give you different items, so you can choose whichever way you prefer to do the application. So also I need to bring cotton, to remember there's no cotton here. As cotton, you're going to use it for both clients. That got to be in one bag. So I'm going to bring, I'm trying to bring enough cotton, so not worry to be short of cotton. But if I do, I don't lose points. If I do sanitize my hands and bring more if I need it. So I'm going to try to bring enough cotton to do the application for the hair removal of the eyebrows and makeup. I'm going to bring another sponge, of course, in case I need it. And I'm going to bring, I guess that's all I need. Okay, I have include also a couple of tissues here. And if you need more, just bring them more. But also bring your pair of gloves as well. And so that way you know that you need to wear gloves for this service. Still have a couple of gloves, pair of gloves in here, so that bag you return it back in there, you still need gloves, okay? I'm going to bring my water bottle and my hand sanitizer to my working area. Of course, remember you're working on the counter, you just need to get closest those items. The rest is on the back. So that's, I think that's all I need. So sanitize my hands and wait. And now she's gonna give me 5 minutes to drape my client and prepare myself for the hair removal of the eyebrows. So when she asks me to begin, so I do sanitize my hands again and start draping my client, which is gonna be pretty much same way as I did for the first client. So I'm gonna get my items out. The bags, remember, those are trash. If you already trashed the bag, that's okay too. But again, if you touch a trash bag, sanitize hands, okay? So I'm gonna roll one towel to do the same thing as I did with the first client. Roll it, place it right here, so that's gonna be the rest for the neck of my client. And then I'm gonna extend this one, but try to get the longer part to the front of the tray, because that way you can use it to cover the neck. So be careful if you're setting up items on the table, okay? So that's what I do suggest you to set up on the counters. On the table you only have the doll head. So now I do have another headband right here, but sometimes we do have not a headband, but a bonnet. So whatever you find, use it, okay? Sometimes we have a bonnet in the second client. So that's to cover the hair. Okay, then you bring part of the towel to cover the neck, and as she asks you to set up for the hair removal of the eyebrows and makeup, so might as well apply the makeup cape. And this one you don't have to tie it, just pretty much tuck it underneath the back of the head, okay? Just like that. And then if you want to sanitize hands, fine. If you don't have to, but I'm going to, just in case. And then you put on gloves. So you need to put on gloves and wait for her. So you do not start the service until she comes and asks you to show her the hair removal of the eyebrows. This is the only service that is on time. So she's gonna stop by with each applicant and ask you to show her that service. But this time you're gonna use the same eye to show her both ways, waxing and tweezing. So again, you have 5 minutes to drape and get ready for the hair removal of the eyebrows. Now she'll come to me and ask me to show her waxing. So you have the wax container here. I already sanitize my hands with gloves, and I'm going to use one spatula to transfer a small amount of product into my empty container. You cannot work straight from the original container or waxing pot, so you close it. Now this this spatula, it's okay to keep using it for testing my skin. It's okay for trash. So put it into trash. And then you do get a small amount, you get a piece of cotton and apply antiseptic. So again, you want to drip it over the trash bag, that's fine. But if you want to do it over the counter, if that's where you set up or table, just be careful. So then apply antiseptic. You gotta apply antiseptic on the entire length of the eye, because that's the area where you're gonna apply wax. So now you get a spatula, this time a clean one, and test the temperature of the wax on your skin. So don't apply it over the glove, but remove the glove or bring it down a little bit and test it. So of course this spatula trash. If you want to use a waxing strip to remove that product or piece of cotton, that's okay. Remember, the examiner is going to be here watching you doing those steps, so relax. Then get a clean spatula in order to apply the product. Try not to apply too much. This product shows, but you need to do brace. So try to apply the product or underneath the entire eyebrow area, from the inner part of the eye to the outside, just in the same direction the hair grows. So this spatula, of course, trash, and then you get your waxing strip and apply it, kind of go like this, and then remove it the opposite way the hair grows. So that one goes into trash, and now you do apply post-epilation solution in order to remove any leftovers of a wax product. She's gonna ask you to show her tweezing on the same eye. So she's gonna ask you to remove 3 hairs. So it's okay to get a piece of cotton and put it between your fingers, hold the face like this, and get your tweezers and pretty much count 1, 2, 3 hairs, okay? So this cotton trash. At this time, she probably asks you to continue and she walks away. If she stays here, then you do get antiseptic, okay? And apply the antiseptic product. She asks you to continue, you do the same thing. I'm doing it. If she stays here, you do the same thing. Apply antiseptic. Now she's gonna go watch the next person. So now there's few items here you do not need anymore, especially the wax leftover. Continue to transfer